Hello there lovely people, it's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and welcome back to Ask Alex, the show where you ask me your burning Nintendo questions, that's some fire, and I do my very best to answer them. Kicking off straight away with the big question, and why is Skeletor buff? Don't ask, that's just his name. Has asked me whether you need a computer or PC to transfer data from your original 3DS or 3DS XL to the new 3DS or new 3DS XL, which is a very good question because this is one a lot of people have been asking. Using a computer, so it doesn't matter whether it's PC, Mac, or I think even Linux-based computers will work, it doesn't matter, they all work as far as I know, and is without a doubt the fastest way to do it. There are easier ways of getting around it, and you don't really need a computer in order to do it. So if you don't have a computer for whatever reason, and you're just sticking with tablets or something like that, you can still do a transfer. Basically, when you start up a system transfer, you get a couple of options. One of which is to use a PC, and basically all you're doing is copying your data from your SD card to your new SD card, or well, micro SD card in this case, and that's basically it. And of course, it's very quick because it's just done through standard transfer rates, and it's usually pretty quick. You can get it done in a couple of minutes, but there are a couple of other options. If you don't want to go through all of that, if you find it a bit of a hassle, then you can also just use a wireless transfer. Now, there are two kinds of wireless transfer. One which will just transfer any save data and, sort of really important information, and one that will transfer all data, that's all your games as well if you've downloaded any. However, if you're just using cartridges, you might be able to get away with the first one. So once you've started that, it will just do it over Wi-Fi, it'll transfer all the data. And it is without a doubt the simplest way to do it. It's really easy to do, it's just a couple of button taps, and it really is the simplest way to go about it if you're not particularly computer savvy. If you are, I would still recommend going with PC because the Wi-Fi transfer can take quite a long time. You're looking at a couple of hours sometimes, so I would recommend going with the PC computer option, but if it seems like a bit too much like hard work, you can just slap it on the wireless transfer, and that's easily the easiest way to go about it, and I think I've said that about 15 times now. Any transfer method you use, provided it's the full transfer as opposed to the limited one, will transfer all of your data, so there's no advantage in the long term to using the PC or the wireless. It's just one's easier than the other, but the one that's a bit more difficult is considerably faster. It's up to you at the end of the day, just do whatever you think is best. Quickfire questions now, and George has asked me, has Majora's Mask 3D ruled out any possibility for N64 Virtual Console games on the 3DS? Now, I must admit, I don't think the 3DS is capable of running N64 games. Now, I know lots of people are going to say, well, Majora's Mask 3D, it looks even better than the original. Well, there is a big difference between running a port of a game like Majora's Mask 3D, well, that's more of an upgrade, but it's still technically a port. It's an old game that has been put onto a new system, than emulating, which is what the Virtual Console does. Emulation is a surprisingly complex procedure and uses a lot of power. In order to emulate a game, you probably need about 3, maybe 4 times the power of the original system in order to emulate it, because you're trying to run the software and the hardware virtually. So you're running a lot more data than you might imagine. Having said that, the new 3DS may well be capable of running N64 games, emulating them. However, I still don't think we're going to be seeing it. The fact that we haven't even got it on the Wii U, and the Wii could barely run it. I mean, seriously, if you play it, it's really not a perfect emulation. Majora's Mask on the Wii Virtual Console it plays fine. It's certainly probably a little bit better than the original, which was a bit choppy, to be honest, and the frame rate was a bit dodgy. But it's still not perfect. It's really not. So, no, it hasn't ruled it out, but I didn't think it was a possibility to begin with. Nostalgia Ninja has asked me, is there any chance that Nintendo are going to start using a prepaid card system which takes advantage of the near-field communication of the new 3DS and the original 3DS if you get the adapter, and of course the Wii U? Near-field communication could be used to take advantage of contactless cards, maybe not debit or bank cards in any sense, but maybe some sort of prepaid cards, as Nostalgia Ninja pointed out, that Nintendo sells rather than a code. And whilst yes, that's a possibility, I still think chances are we're probably not going to see it. The fact of the matter is, it's not very secure. You could waltz into a shop, and if you could very slyly cut around any sort of protective layer that they put over the card to prevent reading, you could scan that straight into your 3DS in the middle of the shop. It's basically theft, let's be honest, and theft is never a good thing. And frankly, the code system seems to be working fine. It's still not 100% secure, nothing ever is, but I think it's more than sufficient. And finally, Kev Boob has been very brave in asking me, when will Zelda Wii U come out? Now, I'd like to state straight off that this is all just a guess, an educated guess. I don't know when it's coming out, I really don't, so do not take any of this as confirmation on any level whatsoever. Okay? Good. Judging by the 2015 release schedule, I imagine that Zelda Wii U is probably not going to come out any time until maybe late autumn. I don't think we'll be seeing it any sooner than that, because although they are pretty far in development now, it really isn't... It would be a complete muddle, because we've already got so many games coming out. Splatoon, I think, is slated, or maybe I might be misremembering, for the summer, but again, might be misremembering that. I think everybody assumes it's going to be the summer. All these other games that are coming out, you've got Canvas Curse, not Canvas Curse, Rainbow Curse. You've got all these other titles coming out. I just don't think Nintendo would be releasing it that soon, and Christmas time would probably be a really good time to try and push the Wii U further. Of course, if we do get it any sooner, I would love that. Any chance I can get to get my hands on it sooner, I will take with both hands. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to ask me a question, you can. There'll be a link in the description. Click that and you'll be right away to asking me. And if you like this video, why don't you find that subscribe button and slap it in the chops for me. And be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.